I would love to build energy. Let's do that.
We could do her. She's like Esper artifacts, right?
Yes, yes. Okay, yes, I like this.
We have definitely not done Esper in a long time. I think the last Esper deck we built was Zur, not including that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we did get a life, right? But that was how long ago? It should say it, 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have not done Esper in a hot minute. Esper and Mardu, we don't show a lot of love.
When you cast an artifact spell, you get energy. Pay 1 energy. That pay 3 energy to draw a card. Energy. Some energy shenanigans. It's when you cast though, right? Oh no, it's not Esper. It's America.
American, yeah. Okay. So you get Jeskai energy from Aether Standard.
Yeah.
But what are we naming it?
Whenever you cast artifacts,
she cares about artifacts and energy.
I don't know. I got nothing. So while I think of that, I'm gonna look up what other energy cards existed back in the day.
5-hour energy.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Okay, what's her name again? Dr. Madison Lee?
Yeah, Dr. Madison Lee, yeah.
Let's see if they have it. Yes, they do.
Oh, they're cool. They have the Fallout version. Like, it's like the little...
It doesn't even have to be full-blown, energy.
Yeah.
It can just be good artifact drawing.
That's why I was just checking to see if there's any artifacts.
She has the best colors for artifacts as well. Like, we get to play Joda. Yeah. Like, we can play, what's her face?
You know, in theory, we could make this just like another,
value artifact deck?
Let's say an Ironworks deck.
Like a Storm deck?
Like Ironworks Storm, and we play the thing that you could pay energy to cast spells from the top of your deck.
It could be that. What's the Joda that I'm thinking of? Is it Joda or is it Joyra? The one that...
It's Joyra. It's a 2-color when you cast a historic spell, right?
Yes, this one. Then there's also Voldulcan Archmage, right? Archmage. And there's that new dragon, right? Shimmer Dragon?
Oh, yeah. I like Shimmer Dragon.
Not Mir. Oh my god. I mean, this could be like a Storm deck. Because you could play Jeskai Ascendancy? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm thinking about like how doing like a like an artifact deck. Yeah, because we get to run some cool things that we wouldn't normally have access to in like our normal artifact stuff. So yeah, Whirlwind of Thought.
Well, we could play. We have a better version of the artifact that you were talking about. We could just play the commander that casts non-creature spells off the top in his prowess.
Oh yeah, Alesha of the Infinite.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find what that one So I'm just looking like I know there's a few artifacts that like made energy, but let me. Whenever you gain one or more energy, put a +1 counter on target creature you control. That's kind of cool. Fabrication module.
Sure.
Because that's going to happen a lot. Is it Aetherworks Marvel? Is that the card I'm thinking of?
Yes. That got Emrakul banned in.
Yeah, because people were
Whenever a permanent you control is put into the graveyard, you make an energy, and then it does the thing.
Oh, so there's that one commander that just came out, or the one legendary creature, the blue god that like gives instance rebound.
Yes.
So it doesn't give sorceries rebounds because apparently the Magic crew was worried about people playing an extra turn commander and giving all your extra turns rebound.
Wait, so say that again? What?
So the blue god in the new set, it only gives instance rebound. It's not instance and sorceries because
so
they were
Fate.
they were afraid of like extra turn spells getting rebounded.
Yes. So just Nexus of Fate.
All right, cool. So what's kind of cool is that
Do
we
we
actually
want to
could
play
play
more energy cards?
I guess.
Do you want to
we
go
could.
towards an enemy thing, or you want to just try to win?
I mean, I think we could use the energy as like resources because, like I said, like she could either like draw cards, or you could return an artifact. And I know it is a tap ability, so we would have to find a way to like an easy way to untap her.
Well, there's the thing that gives her haste, and you can untap her.
Mm-hmm.
Thousand Year Elixir.
And that is an artifact. Now we could do a so we also get a cool reduction costs in these colors too, because besides like Ethereum Sculptor and Foundry Inspector, we also get like Urza, Herald of Kozilek, Sten.
Hold on, Ethereum Sculptor, Foundry Inspector, and then we get what?
Recast. It's a cast artifact spell.
Herald.
So there's a Herald of Kozilek, which makes colorless spells cost 1 less to play, which is a bunch of artifacts.
Hold on, what was the other one you said? There was a fourth one.
There's Sten Paranoid Partition. So you enter the battlefield, you need a card type other than a creature or land, and they cost 1 less to cast. But then you could like blink him, yeah. So he's just another 2-drop mana reduction for artifacts. And then also Ugin the Infallible. It means we could also run stuff like Kaikar, and there's so many things we could run these colors now. Like,
why not?
Because they're all like a lot of the artifacts to be. So like, do we do like the eggs thing where like they eat the ETB to draw cards and you sack them to get like value out of them?
I guess.
I mean, we could do an Ironworks build, like Ironworks Scrap Trawler.
So we would definitely want Urza. Okay, so what else do we want?
So we got that. We got
Do we want Sai?
I mean, we could like Sai's still really cool. We can also use him to sack stuff we need to draw some cards.
What? So. So what about Saheeli?
Which one? Which one? There's a whole bunch of them.
The 3-mana one.
That's what makes copies, right?
Whenever you cast a creature spell.
Yeah, we could do that one. Okay, yeah.
Then she can like make something. Yeah.
All right. So good artifacts, shenanigans. Actually, let me see something.
So this is all
So
you.
yeah, so definitely want to run a Sensei's Divining Top because Sensei's Divining Top with if we get a Lesha in play could potentially infinite if we have like any reducer.
Do you want like Aether Flux Reservoir as like a win?
Yeah, that's another way to win. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we do our artifact ramp, so like like Mind Stone and all those become really important.
What's that white card that we got recently that like equal to the number of creatures that you have? You can win, or is that an artifact?
Oh, Halo Fountain.
Is that an artifact?
Yeah, I believe so.
Would that be? Should we play that?
Oh, because we can untap our commander with it.
What do you think about it?
I don't know if we'll ever get the full 15 untap, but maybe.
I don't know if it's worth though.
No, no, actually, nah.
Okay, so but we do need Ironworks, right?
Yeah, Ironworks and Scrap Trawler.
Ironworks.
It's Cart Clan Ironworks, so it might come up weird.
And then Scrap Trawler, and then we need all the return artifacts from Grave, right?
Well, that is Scrap Trawler. That's
No, but like there's other ones.
Yeah, we could run Trash for Treasure, which could be kind of a cool one. Sack one, they get one.
There's also ones that when they get sacrificed, they get artifacts back. So there's like Mirror Retriever.
Oh
right?
yeah, Mirror Retriever and
There's also a bird.
Junk Diver.
Do we also want
Mystic Forge is another card we want. I definitely want Ichor Wellspring.
Do we want the 4 mana make historic spells cost 1 less?
We have a whole bunch of stuff. Like
yeah, we do.
We have better versions that we replace because we don't really have them as much anymore. Just curious now about this. I just want to check the Oracle text.
What about the goblin that dumps an artifact in the grave and can sack one of yours and swap? That seems good, right?
What'd you say?
The goblin that it dumps an artifact in the grave and then it's Goblin Welder from deck. Goblin Engineer.
Isn't that yeah, it's Goblin red. Engineer. Yeah,
it's red.
Yeah.
It sounds insane in here.
Yeah.
Whenever it enters, you may search your library for an artifact card, put it in the graveyard, then shuffle, and then it's Goblin Welder. Return target artifact card with mana value cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Seems good.
We could definitely do like a Walking Ballista.
Yes, for sure.
Because that could be a potentially way to win.
You know what's weird is in these colors we can play Heliod.
Oh, we can, but I don't think we want to go down there.
Yeah, I don't know if we need to, but like, I mean, to the maybe board you go.
Did you get Ichor Wellspring?
I think. That's fine. All right. Do we want Hanger back?
Yeah.
I got Ichor.
Alchemist Vial. There's just like some like the 2-drop draw card shenanigans that you run. Aether Spellbomb can also be pretty good as a way to like you get sacrifice as a draw card and do some shenanigans there.
Do we want any other sack outlets like an Ashnod's or like a Phyrexian or anything?
Yeah, we could actually probably do either or because we could generate a lot of creatures potentially.
Oh, do we want that enchantment that whenever you cast a creature, you make the Phyrexian thing? Because can't you also win with it, right?
Wait, which one?
It's like whenever you cast an artifact spell, you make a 1/1, and then you can either you can set it up that at the end of the turn, if you have like 20 artifacts.
There's a Siege of Phyrex. No, it's something of Phyrexia. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, but if I type in Phyrexia, it's not gonna.
Yeah. Is it like Siege of Phyrexia or?
I don't think Siege sounds right.
No, but it's acted like a Siege card. Look, type in of Phyrexia because it's something of Phyrexia. I'm pretty sure.
Or is it Mirrodin? Is it something Mirrodin?
Oh, maybe it is Mirrodin. Is it Siege of Mirrodin?
Is it Mirrodin besieged?
No, because that was the set it was from. Unless that's what it was.
It is.
Oh, that is. Okay, it was named after the set. Okay.
From Modern Horizons. Yeah, that's it. Do we want it?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I like all the things that make tokens. So I did Ashnod. So do you prefer Ashnod? I mean, we are a 3-color deck, so do we want Ashnods or Phyrexian Altar? What do you think? Ashnods or Phyrexian?
Kind of like them both, honestly.
Okay, we can put them both in. That's fine. There's also, is that all the sack outlets you want? Car Clan?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
We get Mindstone in there.
Mindstone, Soaring. We definitely probably want, like, Gilded. Hold on. Mindstone, Soaring. Let me just check this right now. How much are you right now?
A Mana Crypt.
Too much.
Oh, jeez. Trophy Mage, because Trophy Mage gets one of her combo pieces. What was that one?
Oh my God, we could play Teshar in here.
Oh yeah, you could.
But I don't know if it's worth it.
Second. I'm forgetting all their names off the top of my head. So I'm popping them open.
Yeah. Yeah, we need all the eggs.
So is Enlightened Tutor search for any artifact?
Artifact or enchantment.
All right, perfect. Grab that sheet.
But there's also Were for there's all the blue ones. Were for invention.
Yeah, but it's a 1 mana compared to like 3 or 4. But I guess it does get into play.
Well, yeah, we want to play. I mean, we want to play most of them. Were for invention, Fabricate.
Well, Fabricate is also a tutor.
Yeah, but it gets an artifact. Most of our artifacts win us the game.
Because I also like Reshape as like a way to like
yes.
it's your way to get into play. So then Sky Scanner. It's just like another artifact that ETBs and draws a card. That helps cycle.
Do we want any removal?
Yeah, we could do some.
Like, do you play like Meteor Golem or like?
Oh no, in mine no, I'm hard combo and I don't care. I just go off and
you don't play the thing that pops a permanent.
Nope, because I just go Prophetic Prism is another one of those draw cards. I also ran Mox Amber and Mox Opal in my deck. Because we do have a lot of like almost all of our creatures are legendary, and we have like even some.
Having 0 drops is important as well.
Yeah.
Do you play Petal?
I don't.
Okay.
You totally could run it though. Oh, Moonsilver Key, because Moonsilver Key tutors for one of your sack outlets.
And then we definitely want Inventor's Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Buried ruin.
Overflowing chalice could be kind of cool.
Yep.
Guild Globe is another one that ETBs and draws a card, and then you get to sacrifice it to make 2 mana of different colors. So it's once it's in play, it kind of cycles itself.
Cool.
Encroaching Mycosynth. They'll just make everything an artifact.
That sounds insane with that commander.
So literally everything that enters. Let me read this again. It's non-land, so it doesn't work with lands.
Well,
I
yes.
completely forgot Riddlesmith. He's the looter whenever you cast an artifact.
Yep.
And then they have Thought Monitor. It's a really cool draw engine.
Thoughtcast?
Yeah, I like that. Oh, there's actually a really cool mechanic of doing this with the card Elsewhere Flask. So if we have a way to keep getting, so when you sack Elsewhere Flask, you make all your lands another type in addition to what they are. And if you bring it back, you do it again. I also love that if you look at it, it looks like he's wearing a little tie.
Wait, Derek, we can run the actual things that got banned, like Sudden Spoiling. Or I mean, like, Second Son. Do we do that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we could do Second Son. Right.
Is there any better ones?
No, Second Son. I think it's Second Sunrise.
Yeah. Is there any better one?
No.
There's multiple in these colors.
Yeah. We also there's a 4-drop one. I forgot what it's called.
But Second Sunrise seems fun. It's an instant. Do you want a Lotus Petal? We are a 3-color deck.
Sure.
I think Lotus Petal seems good. Do you want any like, you usually like Gilded Lotus in these decks too, right? Because they almost pay for themselves, right?
Yeah, especially you have the reduction cost, yeah.
What about, like, any other ramp, like a 4-mana, or, like, Thran, or...
So, like, Thran Dynamo could be kind of cool. I also do, like, a,
Hedron Archive?
Hedron Archive, yeah, because you can sack it to draw some stuff. Oh, Implement of Combustion. That's kind of cool. So you sacrifice it, deals 1 damage to target player. Then when it's put into your graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card.
Oh yeah, we could play the red cards that whenever artifacts enter, we deal damage. We don't even need a lot of the payoffs. We could just use those, right? Red has things that whenever it has red has 2 things. It has whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you deal damage, and then it also has ETB deal damage. Like, you can play like Warstorm Surge or Reckless Fireweaver.
So yeah, Reckless Fireweaver is cool. Could also play.
Isn't there a 1-mana one?
We can also play Oswald Fiddlebender. Because he's like, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
Solemn Simulacrum probably should still go in this.
Mm-hmm. Could definitely use Spire of Industry as a land.
Yeah. I also like Phyrexian Metamorph. You do the Phyrexian Metamorph Spine of Ish combo if you have enough reduction. I must have bad connection with you right now because all the cards on my screen went green. I'm like, but now it's back.
Okay. Anything else that we're missing? Is there any other like red payoffs we could be playing? Because a lot of the time we've never made these artifact decks with red.
We could probably run Grape Shot. I don't know. Probably not though. I don't know. We want to run that.
I'd rather just run Brainstorm if we're gonna play a payoff. You know, Brainstorm's just better.
We could play the Storm of the Vault as if you control, instead of you control 5 more artifacts, it becomes the was the Telrarian Academy and blue for each artifact you control.
Storm of the Vault, you said? Spoils of the Vault, you mean?
No, Storm of the Vault. It's a flip card.
This one.
Yeah.
Yes, that. Yeah, I like it.
We also run Jeskai Ascendancy.
Telrarian Academy, obviously.
Yeah. Jeskai Ascendancy is another looter when we do stuff.
I got it. Jeskai Ascendancy. It also untaps things.
We could also play Underworld Breach, technically.
We could. The problem with it is we're not like. I don't think we're like an instant sorcery deck where like we have just like a lot to throw away. Because we do care about what's in our graveyard, so it's not as good.
Yeah, true.
I'd rather. There is a white creature. Isn't there like a white creature that just returns a non-legendary from grave and it goes infinite with Lion's Eye Diamond? Loyal Retainers? Is that what it's called? Let me read Loyal Retainers really quick. I might be thinking of the wrong. Oh no, returns a legendary, my bad.
Okay.
That's how you go infinite. So with LED, and Loyal Retainers, you just infinitely return your commander. Do we need more eggs? Like, do we need more draw?
Yeah. I was gonna. There's other nifty. I think it's called Conjurer's Bauble. It's kind of you sack. It's 1 mana, sack it to draw a card, and you can also put a card in your graveyard on the bottom. I think it's you may, so you could like shuffle something back in technically if you really want to.
This one?
Yeah, it's just up to 1 target. Yeah, so it's just 1 mana, sack, draw a card.
Cool.
We got that. We got that one. And we could technically play the One Ring.
Why would we not? Jesus Christ.
It's gooey.
I fixed it. Do we want any counter spells or no?
Oh yeah, we can run a few counter spells. Yeah.
Definitely Mana Drain, probably.
That
seems really good in this. Dovincito.
Oh wait. What about like a Freed from the Real?
It's a fairy protection.
Because we put our commander, right? So if we were making all the mana with sacking and shit, we spend 1 mana, untap our commander.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we can use the energy to like draw a card or use her other abilities.
Yeah, it sounds good to me. Alright. Mana Drain, Dovincito, probably Arcane Denial, because that's easy to cast. How much is Fierce Guardianship at right
now? Maybe a bunch.
No. It's actually less than Mana Drain right now. Look.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What did it just get reprinted in?
Commander Masters?
Oh, maybe because it had like 5 different printings in Commander Masters.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Alright.
I don't know who could follow where prices of that go anymore.
Yep.
Gilded Egg is another card another egg card. Literally an egg.
Oh, there's one that I like in these colors too. It's the blue-red one. Conflux? Is that what it is? No. What's the counter spell that like can counter the whole stack and it can't be countered?
Counterflux.
Counterflux. That's the one I like.
Uh, probably run all the talismans.
Yes, for sure. Which are
Uh,
talis.
creativity, conviction, and progress. Oh, it's talisman. So MAN.
But I want men.
No, you get one.
Conviction, you said?
Yeah, it's creativity, conviction, and progress. So you just search the talisman, you'll like talisman of, and search that. And there it is, and then
Yep. I think I got him.
yep. Commander Sphere is also kind of cool because with Graveyard Shenanigans, you have to sack it.
Any more lands?
I mean, we get to run the artifact lands if you really want to. There's the Academy Ruins.
Probably the 2-colored ones. Maybe. Nah, we're probably fine with lands. I got Academy Ruins, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom, in our green deck, we forgot to put Command Tower in.
You're right, Derek. So stupid of me. Did you want Rishkars? Or I mean Relic Ristic Study?
Now if you're kind of a combo deck, you don't really want to like let the turns go too long.
What about like a Rift?
I like Cyclonic Rift, yeah.
I got the fairies.
Oh, you remind me of the one thing I gotta look up. Yeah.
Any MDFCs for this deck? It doesn't really look like a glass pool deck. I mean, I guess it could copy a lot of things with glass pool. Seagate Restoration, I guess. I'm cool with Seagate Restoration. Do we want Teshar?
Oh, it's hard creature card mana value 3. Actually, I don't know because it's only brings back creatures, and I don't think we're gonna try and get too many creatures back.
Anything else?
Wait, I'm trying to find what this one card was called that I used to play after they banned Second Sunrise way back in the day. Why can't I remember what it's called?
Isn't there a 1-drop that's Reckless Fireweaver? And it works for your opponent's stuff too?
Faith's Reward, that's what it's called.
Do we want Dockside? We want Dockside, right?
Yeah, we can run Dockside.
I don't see any reason not to. Faith's Reward, yes.
Yeah, it's return to battlefield all permanent cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn.
Yeah, I don't see any reason not to play them both. Dude, this is literally modern. Okay, cool. Still,
that's even more.
Fucking dollars.
Yep. Don't worry, we'll get another reprint in like 5 years.
Wow, back up to $10.
Yeah. You know, I just got the the artist who does like the Solid Snake version of that a little while ago. In my effort to continually bling out my Urza deck.
So Sensei's Top is the easiest way for this deck to win, for sure.
Now we could also do a Isochron Scepter. What's the untap?
Dramatic Reversal.
Dramatic Reversal, which also does work with our commander and Oswald and all of our mana artifacts.
How do I feel about that?
Especially if we have Urza and Shimmer Dragon, we could tap a lot of our artifacts to like do stuff. But I guess they're not our commander, so it's
the thing is, with our commander not being a payoff, I'll put it in the maybe board as like a thought, but I don't feel like this is the best Isochron. We would need like a Blue Sun Zenith or something like, or like to have to draw the Walking Ballista. Okay, so I want to do something really quick. All right. Do we want to play the Transmute card that gets a 3-drop? Because most of our 3-drops are fucking insane.
Yeah, it's the cloud. Drift of Phantasm, yeah. Well, it looks like a floating cloud, I think.
Because most of our 3s win games. Like, that's also Phyrexian Altar, Ashnod.
And that's why I put the Trophy Mage, because it grabs a 3-drop.
Yeah, but this is Drift is any 3.
Yeah.
Like it can even get a counterspell, Whir. It can get anything that's 3. Saheeli, any of these. So yeah, okay. So let's get lands in. So we're gonna do. Let's do Forbidden Orchard. No, not Forbidden. Exotic. My bad. Reflecting Pool. Mana Confluence.
Oh, we could also run Decanter of Endless Water in this deck. Or if not Decanter, Chromatic Lantern, but I guess maybe we don't need it because I think our lands will actually be all right. It's really easy to get good lands.
All right.
Did you want to run the artifact lands or not really? Because our commander is only, I think, when we cast, not when they enter.
Yeah, I think it's a little slow.
Yeah, I'd rather not have them enter tapped. Okay.
Because I'd only want to run the dual lands in a 3-color artifact deck.
All right. So it's Hallowed Fountain, Steam Vents, Sacred Foundry.
And then we need the Steam Vents. And then we need the Battle Bond.
Oh, also, real quick, the Mycosynth Gardens.
Oh yes, hell yes. Microsynth Gardens, yes. So good.
All right, so it's Training Center.
Sea of Clouds.
Yeah. And Spectator Seating.
And then Innistrad.
A Storm-Carved Coast.
Wait. We really should look at our CMC first, but we can get these in first. I mean, our colors, but...
Yeah, Sundown Pass.
I think we're pretty equal. I think blue is going to be the... what's the last one?
Oh, it's the blue-white one, right?
No, I think you got that one.
No, I got Sundown Pass, Storm-Carved Coast. No, I didn't get the blue... What's the blue-white one? I forgot. Deserted Beach. It's a beach just covered with desserts.
Okay, I lied. It's all blue. And
It is mostly blue.
Anyway, say.
Yeah, so that's super too bad.
We are pretty heavy on the pips too. So I think we should play the blue ones. Like the blue filters, maybe?
We also have the Painlands we could run.
Yeah, I do definitely want to get the blue filters, but probably just the blue ones and not play the red-white one.
Yeah, so we do like
Cascade Bluffs. And then what's the blue-white one?
It's
Mystic Grove?
Mystic Gate.
Gate. That was close. And then the Painlands, I guess?
So it'd be like Shivan Reef, and it'd be the blue, and Attakar Wastes.
We could probably play the red-white ones for those. I guess. Or, I mean, probably not. We're at 23.
Yeah, I think that'll be alright.
We only have one MDFC. Is there any more MDFCs we want to play? I put C8. Do you think this deck wants a glass pool? Probably not.
No. What if we ran like the blue pathways instead of finding for basics? It's either blue red or blue white, depending on what we have.
I'd rather just play. We could just play the red white. What's the red white Painland?
Was it Battlefield Forge or I think or something like that? Yeah, Battlefield Forge.
Island.
You can run Mana Confluence just so we have the extra color.
Excuse me?
Up at the top, you got.
Jesus.
Doesn't help that the artwork for Mountain changes every couple days because of all the new spoilers.
I mean, this is probably good because we're just gonna add a little bit more basics, I guess. Any other utility lands you want to play?
I don't think so because I'm just worried about color shenanigans. Urza Saga can be cool, but then it goes away, and I really not lose. Is there any walkers we want to run? Do you want to run the Tezzeret the Seeker?
Sure.
Is he just another artifact tutor boy? And we have Aetherflux Reservoir, right, in here?
Yes.
Alright.
Okay, so any other lands you want to play? I did 7 islands, 2 mountains, 2 plains.
I think that's good.
Do we want to play another cycle of them or not?
The only thing I was thinking of is just we drop out two basics.
Hold
on. Oh, did we get a?
We could also just play. Do you want to just play Path of Ancestry?
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, we're trying. Yeah.
What's the commander's type again? Human. Any things? Probably not really any humans in here.
No, yeah, we have a few.
3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7.
Wow, look at all that synergy, Tom. Broken.
All right, so that's our land base. Okay. My God, 22 cards to cut. Jesus Christ.
I don't want to do this anymore, Tom.
This is definitely you, Chief.
All right, I think we could take out Fabrication Module. I think it's really cool. Again, energy, put a +1 counter on a creature. Don't think we need it.
Okay.
While there is an energy theme, we're doing it off of our commander. So let me see the very top. We'll just keep Aetherworks Marvel because it is free cast.
And it works with when artifacts go into the graveyard as well. Mm-hmm. So it is going to be really good with what our deck is trying to do.
I think we have enough 0-drops. I think we cut Lotus Petal.
Oh, I didn't realize I ended up putting that in.
All right, scroll down a little bit. Real quick, count up all the ramp in here. I just want to see where we're at.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But these are situational. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then there's the reducers and solemn. I think that's it. 12.
All right.
And then technically dockside.
So all right, we have 27 creatures. We have to cut down on creatures. I think that's a little too many.
Okay, so what do you want to cut here? What are we thinking?
I'm just looking through them. I'll scroll down a little bit. You know, I think we could potentially cut Shimmer Dragon. I actually end up cutting him from my list because you kind of end up not really needing him as much as you think.
Well, you're saying that from when Urza is in the command zone.
But the thing is, like, I want to have time. I want to sack Ichiro.
There's definitely a difference. Because you always have the better option in the command zone.
But the thing is, so many of our cards auto cycle already, and we have a lot of things just auto draw on artifacts. Like, I don't know.
Okay. What about this? Because we have,
yeah, we can cut that. Yeah.
Because we have artifact versions that do that, so they're a little bit better.
And we have the Herald of Kozilek, which works for all colorless things. But the thing is, he's not. Then it's not. Or maybe we leave him in and cut the Herald because we do have a lot of colored art. We have some colored artifacts too. So.
My argument is Mystic Forge. If you plan on keeping Mystic Forge, then this can be cast off Mystic Forge, right?
Yeah, true.
And the other guy can't. Mm-hmm. If you plan on keeping Mystic Forge, if you don't want Mystic Forge, then we can keep the other guy. Or we could just cut this and play Cloud Key, and name Artifact.
I kind of like that more, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not in theme and it's not an artifact.
Okay.
Anything else? Maybe we don't. I don't. I don't think we need Kaikar.
Okay.
Like I never when I play these decks, I'm never in a situation like, man, I wish I had more mana, and I don't want to spend like 4 mana to play him, and like then that was why I would actually like kind of start to run out of mana. Mm-hmm. I don't think you need him. But I do like Elsha.
Well, yeah, any of the things that let you pay off the top is where you start storming off. And remember, she's just non-creature spell, which almost the entire deck is non-creature spells.
Yeah. All right, so I think let me scroll down a little bit. Let's keep looking.
We could definitely cut lands. Let's look at the curve. It's definitely low.
That's the MDFC.
Yeah, it's Seagate. Yeah, I mean, the curve is going to be insanely low. What about anything down here?
We get rid of trash for treasure. We don't need that. I always want to run it, but like I'm like, eh. Also, our commander does it. What about Ugin? You think we should keep Ugin? We already have the like reductions, and honestly, like a lot of our artifacts don't really need more than 1 or 2.
I kind of like Ugin. I mean, we did just cut 2 of them. I mean, we did put Cloud Key back in, but
True. Okay, he's still also pretty good removal.
all right. So anything here?
Do you think we have time to actually get Storm the Vault actually to flip, or so the beginning of your end step you control 5 more artifacts?
That's a good point. I don't know. If it gets off, it's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm. And what about Jeskai Ascendancy? Because it is draw like discard, draw and then discard, so we're not really going plus value, and we're not really. But it does untap our commander, which is kind of cool because we have all the abilities that they have.
It is just a Riddlesmith as well.
Mm-hmm. And like Riddlesmith is pretty cool too, yeah.
I mean, it's technically speaking a better Riddlesmith.
Yeah, true. We could cut Riddlesmith then and use Jeskai Ascendancy because it just does a little bit more and keeps our non-creature spell count higher. Oh no, but we have 1 less human in the deck now. 2, I think.
Oh no, whatever will we do?
God. I can't believe you've done this.
Maybe one of the tutors? You think? But I mean, these decks love tutors.
You see, Fabricate becomes my I think Fabricate becomes my least favorite because it's
I guess we
sorcery.
could just cut Ugin. It is just like the awkward mana, and like it doesn't get reduced by anything unless we played Herald, so it's a little annoying to get out.
Yeah, so Fabricate becomes my least favorite because it only goes to hand. At least the other tutors either put into play or it's a planeswalker, so he still gets to do stuff if he survives the next go around. Oh no, he also puts it into play.
Yeah.
Or because Enlightened Tutor can also randomly get an enchantment if we really need it.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need? Now the question is, do we need both Second Sunrise and Faith's Reward?
What do you think?
Oh, I think that can be really cool though. Oh, hey, what's going on? Yeah, Storm is it is a good card that we're just trying to see how fast we can make it go off. Because we were building like an Ironworks.
Especially if this was like a more fair deck, we wouldn't even argue it for a second. But it's like trying to win really fast. So like if that's what you're drawing, it could just like not feel.
So it's good early on, right before if you're like a turn or 2 before you combo and you get to flip.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you don't, like you draw it later on, it's like one of those things like it's awkward to play, and if I'm just trying to storm off.
Mm-hmm. So what are you thinking about both of these?
I think that's like So we also, because we have a lot of weight, because don't forget our commander can also get artifacts back. That's another thing that we have to remember too, is that's her last ability with the energy. So it's probably a little less important to run both of those. Like these are really good when you sack your whole board and then you bring it all back. Because we do run encroaching mycosynth, so that could actually be an instance because it's returns.
So then they're probably pretty good to have them both. Because like we have no way to get it back, and I guess redundancy in this sense is a little better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe we could cut like 1 counter spell.
I guess it would be.
Yeah, is it weird to say it? Maybe Arcane Denial? Because I actually, in a deck like this, I want the veto because I want the hard no. Because if they have a counter war, like whatever, but if I just want to be able to answer the one thing and be like, no, this doesn't happen. Okay. Is Freed from the Real also just like a cute dream to put on our commander?
Yeah, it's not really even doing. Our commander's like not even doing anything that amazing.
Well, it draws cards, gets artifact back. I don't think we'll ever use the top ability because I know some people I've seen wanted to build her as a vehicle commander.
Does that mean we want this or not?
No, I guess we could cut that out too. Yeah, or rely on Ascendancy to do it, or some other thing.
Yes.
All right. So how much more? I mean, what do we have to hit?
I think it's still.
So it does it a kind of combo.
10
So
cards.
oh Jesus Christ! So because we're sacking a lot of our stuff, and even though we have a scrap trawler, because it's always diminishing returns with scrap trawler until you get like a junk diver or something in play. You could use it to do you could do a quick sack everything off and use a faith reward to accelerate you. Or if you're trying to if you're fizzling out a little bit, like hey, I don't want to Ironworks like these two artifacts to play one thing, and now I'm like kind of out. And if you spent your whole turn like going through everything and you didn't find a way to get everything back, it's like your emergency reboot card.
That's why Fate's Reward or Second Sunrise got banned in Modern because it was just too consistent.
The Ironworks deck.
Yeah.
It also took too long.
Yeah.
That was the other problem. Is that you'd almost go into time off of in game
I remember
1 or 2.
Chromatic Star was very good in those decks.
Yeah, because it also got around. Star was an issue because I think it was Star anyway. Its draw was attached to the mana ability, just like the other eggs, so you couldn't respond to the draw effect because you can't respond to mana abilities. Okay, so it wasn't Star. I think maybe it was Sphere then.
No, Star. Star worked.
Oh, is it added color? Because I thought this is when it goes to the graveyard, you draw a card. Yeah. So it's when it put in the graveyard. So I think it's Sphere it's add 1 mana of any color, sacrifice, draw a card was all in one text. And because it was considered a mana ability, you couldn't respond to it, which is actually really funny for like the versing back in Modern was the lantern deck that would mill you one at a time. You could get around its mill effect by using those because they couldn't respond to it. So you just wait until something was on top that you wanted and crack it and draw it, and they couldn't do anything about it.
So we have 43 artifacts right now.
It's not enough. Man, this is a hard cuts, man.
There's 10 more cards to get.
Oh, God, I hate this. Everything about this. Yeah, that's like an egg. Technically, we have like a lot of artifacts and encroaching. We could technically cut Decanter because I think actually our mana colors are fine, and I don't know if.
Yeah, we're not really trying to care about no maximum hand size.
I was worried about like land and mana and like because we were playing a lot of artifacts and. But I think it's fine. Maybe Implement of Combustion is just like a cute card. It's like deals 1 damage, but then it draws a card.
Where's that?
It's the Implement of Combustion. It's next to Ironworks on the left side.
But I mean, we could probably win with that card. Is the thing.
Yeah. It's the thing. If you have like
it's probably
combo...
important to have. Because it's a lot harder for us to tutor Reckless Fireweaver than that. I mean, it's hard to make red, but I mean, we have plenty of ways to
hear me out. Can we... wait, do we have Phyrexian? Oh, we do have Phyrexian Altar. Okay. Because making colors might actually matter a little bit more in this deck. Because Urza does only make them tap for blue.
There's also the idea of just playing Chromatic Orrery.
Is it weird to say maybe we don't need Oswald? Is he too slow? Like, if we don't play him, if we don't have him early, like we draw him late game, it's like, because we just got rid of Elixir, so now we don't have a way to give him like haste. So late game draw, he just feels kind of meh.
But I mean, he's really good with what the strategy is trying to do.
You are right, yeah. If he does stick around for a turn.
It's hard to say because like it feels like if he has a turn, he goes kind of nuts.
It's the reason why he's also really popular as a commander.
What do you think about Goblin Engineer? I feel like I like it. I mean, most of our combos start with a creature or like an artifact in the graveyard, so.
Because we could play that, and if our commander's in play and we have enough energy, we could just immediately get it back out.
He does have a stipulation that you have to return something that's 3 or less, but I mean,
or we dump something and just use our commander to grab it, because that's her one ability. Is like I think it's how much energy? Yeah, 4. It's 5 energy. Return target artifact card from your graveyard to the battlefield.
Why are we running Sky Scanner? Because it's a
It's just an egg draw card.
So for
It,
several reasons. So it's also a creature, so it works with Phyrexian Altar and Ashnod's, as well as KCI, and it's just another egg. This entire egg. This isn't a storm deck. This is eggs. We want
it's like
everything
egg
that draws
storm
cards. Yeah, we want everything that draws cards. The best egg commander ever printed is this one right here.
because you get double. You get the draw, like some you get
Yes.
double draw, and then you hit with like a iron.
Mhm.
Well, eventually, if we had to find a way any way you can to tutor in an ironworks.
Yes. So yes, it because we do care. Some things care about them being creatures. So having a creature that can draw is good.
So we can make infinite mana with the combo, the jump to either Reckless Fireweaver, infinite cast for with Aetherflux Reservoir. We could do a ping damage with Implement of Combustion.
Yes.
Yeah, those would be our ways to win.
There's
Or
also technically this.
we could also set up a Mirrodin Besiege with like because we do have a lot of looting with like draw discard.
We could also play our whole deck with Urza if you know, he's one of the best payoffs in the deck. There's no way to tutor him in these colors, but you know.
Well, technically there is if we play a 4-mana transmute card.
Or pour over the pages. I don't think the four mana one is in these colors, right? I think it's Dimir.
Although that's
Isn't it?
yeah, you're thinking right. Thopter Assembly combo is actually not a terrible idea either.
Right. Well, that's the thing is you could build this so many ways. This is just like Derek's traditional like eggs list. Uh, the thing is like Oswald sounds like he kind of fits with the theme pretty good, but maybe
It does.
Is Metamorph really good? Like, have you had really
wait,
good experience with Metamorph?
So actually, no. Did we put in a spine or no?
Do you want Spine?
No, actually, no. That's basically was the interaction with it. That's like my kind of removal and also potentially make infinite.
Do you play it in your deck?
I do, but remember, my deck has a lot less stuff I can run it because I'm mono blue. So we don't have to run that.
Yeah,
because you know how it works with Spine of Ish because it's a copy. It knows it's Spine when it dies. It goes back into your hand, and if you have the
I'll put Spine in the maybe board.
It's also just an infinite cast loop if it's reduced with like a reservoir.
Mm-hmm. Also, the Thopter assembly combos are better in the like Esper colors because they care about black, and like it's really good in Shroom. The Sphinx that just like gets artifacts back. All right, how many cards do we got to cut? 8 more cards, Derek.
I don't want to do this anymore.
So what else is next? Oswald, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Like, I would love to have Oswald because I think if you get,
do you like Hangerback? Do you still play Hangerback?
That's just like a mana accelerator where like I put a whole bunch of mana into it, tap it, sack it, then each Thopter could be tapped and sacked. Yes. So it does go plus mana, but that's only if we have Urza. So I guess it's not as important in this deck, so we can cut it. Like it's really good if Urza's the commander because, like I said, you get to use it immediately. But if we don't have Urza, then it's just like Mm-hmm. I'm still iffy like on Storm and the same thing. Like if I'm going off, I don't want stuff that happens. That's one of the reasons why I didn't choose Thopter Assembly because if I don't have it like on my turn and we don't have like the the thing that lets you take an extra turn and to get all the tokens back.
See, this is end step as well, so it is definitely a lot better.
Yeah, because that could just straight win the game as compared to like I end my turn and then have a bunch of blue mana maybe. But I do like Thopter Assembly in other decks. It is a really nifty card.
Yeah, like I said, it's definitely best in the Esper colors.
When I first built Psy, because I wanted it Thopter, I ran that in that deck for a long time.
Conti's Aetherwork combo with the Prototype Portal.
Oh yeah, that's another one you could do, right? Because that's that. You said because it does exile itself, but there's that thing I think it pulls it out of exile. because we could do that in these colors. Because you put on prototype portal, and because prototype portal makes a copy of it.
Is this the card you're talking about?
Yeah. So what you do is you imprint it onto prototype portal, and then you pay 6 to make a copy of it. And then you get to activate it, you exile it, but because it's still imprinted on prototype portal, you just keep making copies of it and keep making extra turns.
That's cute.
And it also gives you 2 energy right off the bat, and we are energy things so like.
Yeah,
The one thing I do wish the commander did say you get energy whenever an artifact enters. She does say cast, which does make some things a little awkward at times. Where like, I mean, I wish this was entered because like, imagine like a mirror battle sphere where you get all that energy right off the bat.
My problem with the prototype portal thing is if the artifact gets interacted with, then one of your win cons is just exiled. And you're putting.
But if we're going. Also, if we are going off, yeah.
Yeah, like the thing is, I like our win cons like just a little bit better because they like I guess play with the theme a little bit more because like I guess if you draw the card that takes extra turns, you're not really gonna want to just play it, and it's not really playing with the eggs theme very well.
Yeah, a lot of our stuff like we put into play immediately and still get them to still have like I guess it still would do stuff. It still gives us the energy. It's actually not a really bad idea, and it's easy to tutor both of them because they
like
are
I said,
artifacts.
Definitely different builds. But I would probably play the prototype order build in like a more like I wouldn't play it in like an eggs build. I'd probably play it in like a Jeskai, just like artifacts, good stuff with like more interaction and like more card advantage, and then like having that as like one of your win cons for sure because it's good with the commander, and maybe caring more about energy. I mean, silence isn't bad, but I mean we're just playing counter spells. I mean,
is silence a player or opponent?
It's all opponents.
It's also not a bad idea. Actually, I kind of really like a silence, but they can respond to casting silence. So if there's anything you can do on our turn, but I guess that's the weird thing with silence is like if you play it at the beginning of your turn, if they have interaction on your turn, they could still respond to that. So like you basically would end up needing a counter spell anyway on top of it. Mm-hmm. Silence is $8-9. What?
Yeah, because it's a CDH card.
All right.
Yeah, silence is definitely not bad. Because we could also play like Grand Abolisher type things.
But so on the other side, if you play silence, that means they have to at that moment interact with it, and if they're holding into a counterspell, it's either they use the counterspell on silence, or we were thinking about Isochron, but we decided against it because we didn't like we have it set up like in the maybe board because I do run that, but
Derek's also only a monocolor deck, and this has more options.
So we have Jeskai's Ascendancy, which basically
we also like this deck gets to play like Reckless Fireweaver, which is something that Derek doesn't get. So like this deck has easier like lines of winning. Well, I don't want to say easier. I mean Urza's insane, but like we're just talking about. I mean, obviously, if you have more colors, the deck's just going to be better. It's just how it is. Like that doesn't always mean for every commander. Like Urza's a better card.
Yeah, so like I do run the Isochron in my Urza, and I also run the Rings of Brighthearth combo. So that deck has like 5 different combos. Yeah. So like I run no interaction. So if you counterspell or deal with one of my combos, I'm like, oh no,
also,
I'll go to another one.
You don't want so many combos that your deck is saturated, and then your deck is not playing, and then you're just drawing like 2 pieces of something that like isn't working. Also, me and Derek like to try and find the combos that work with the deck by itself. Right? Like this one that we're playing, like the KCI combo, like Junk Driver, Mirror Retriever, and Scrap Troller are all just insane with artifact decks. So like that's the best combo for this deck, period. And then Reckless Fireweaver, when you have 40 artifacts in your deck, is just going to be good for just damage. Like it's dealing 1 damage to each opponent, so like it gets around things with targeting as well. And then Aether Flux is really good at getting around Teferi's protection as well.
Yeah, you sit there with Aether Flux as like a loaded gun. Yeah, same Walking Ballista, yeah. Which it's a little bit harder to get all the counters.
Alright, so we need to cut 7 cards.
Didn't we have Cloudstone Curio? You mean Cloudstone Key? Because Curio is the thing that bounces creatures, isn't it?
No, it bounces permanents. It does bounce permanents. It is
It is an artifact too. I thought it's what that shares a type with it, right?
Yes.
Whenever
non-artifact.
Oh no, we can't use it as a non-artifact permanent. Rip. Fortunately, yeah, it doesn't work in this instance because you can't bounce artifacts.
You can't bounce artifacts though.
I forgot it didn't do that.
One thing that we could
that's
use,
why I never ran it.
One thing that we could use is Hullbreaker Horror. That makes about 111 infinites.
Or Displacer Kitten is also really good.
Yes, but we don't want Curio. Okay, we don't want a card to just go infinite with 1 card in the deck. It's not working with 40 cards in the deck, so that means Cloudstone is not good. We only have 20 creatures, and we're probably gonna cut even more creatures, because in this deck you don't want that many creatures, and you don't want 1 card. Like also it's hard to tutor Dockside. It's easy to tutor Curio in these colors, but like
unless we play Muddle the Mixture, but then at that point
it doesn't make the card.
Isochron.
It doesn't make the card good with just because it's good with 1 card in the deck. Like a lot of things go infinite with Dockside. Like we said, Displacer Kitten is just a lot better because Displacer Kitten also works with these artifacts. Did you want to play Kitten? Also, did you want a Mana Vault? We need a Mana Vault, right? Stupid. We need a Mana Vault. It's not that expensive.
I need to get updated art. I still have the old school art, and then like it makes me sad that I have all the new art and just 1 old card in there.
Well, here's the thing. So Cloudstone Curio is only going to work with the creatures. And we don't play any creatures that's really going to abuse.
We have like only 3 creatures at ETB.
Yeah, so like it's only really good with Dockside and maybe like Sky Scanner, right? Like this is almost all artifacts. Like look, that's 33.
Oh no, actually it doesn't even work with Sky Scanner because it says not artifacts.
Yeah, so it's not going to work with almost anything in this deck. Listen, Cloudstone Curio is a great card. It is a great card, right? It is insane in a lot of it can go insane in a lot of green decks, right?
Tulane.
Yeah, it's crazy in Tulane. It's crazy in the bear deck. It has a lot of decks that it's just absolutely insane in, but this is not one of them. Because it says non-artifact. So that means 40 of the cards that you're drawing, actually even more because lands. So like almost 70% of the deck isn't going to work with the card.
And that's the reason why we also cut Heralds. We do actually have colored artifacts. Looking at like what we had, it's like we had the generic artifact reduction overall would be better than just colorless because all of our colorless cards are artifacts, and then we have a few other things that are like colored artifacts. So it's like, well, it would do better with just the generic drop.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what else are we cutting? We got to cut 8 more cards.
I don't want to cut any more cards. This deck is I already hate. This is why I don't like building multicolored decks. There's too many good cards, and I want to run all of them.
Yeah, this is the problem when you open up Jeskai for these colors. It gets way too good. What's a fun infinite? The Cloudstone and Dockside. But again, this isn't the deck for that.
Am I saying? I still think I'm still iffy on. So Stormy Derek doesn't want to play slow cards that take a turn to get going, like Oswald. Even though it's probably would be actually absolutely cracked if we get the turn because it is a tutor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sad.
Well, yeah. See, silence is insane. In my CDH deck, I play 4 silences: Herald and Ugin and Clownstone.
So that makes colorless spells cost 3 less, technically, and then you get the bounce.
No, that doesn't work because you need 2 planeswalkers. Cloudstone has to have the same type.
Yeah, because Cloudstone has to bounce something of the same type.
Oh, it makes a 2/2 creature.
Oh, right, and that lets you bounce
Herald.
Lets you bounce the 2/2 token, which you get the card immediately.
Yeah, I see.
I always forget about that side of Ugin because I never really use that as much because I'm always scared of losing cards that I don't want.
Yeah, but again, we don't really. Again, Herald's not an artifact, so we cut it, and also Ugin. Ugin is a great card, right? I love Ugin, but when you have these colors, like you're choosing between Ugin and like some of the stuff up here, which is just like a little bit better.
Am I gonna say actually maybe do we need? I don't know. I really like Sai. I still like the draw because you just want to keep digging to find your shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
He tutors. He need that's part of a combo. Unless lets you play off the top of the deck. But we also do. I know because we have Mystic Forge, but Mystic Forge can miss a little bit. Not as much because they are mostly colorless. We do. How many lands are we currently at?
36.
We could probably cut a land or two.
I'll probably cut a blue.
And I'm still thinking maybe we could technically run down one of the like the Faith's Reward effects. I think we only want to keep one. It's not like a super necessary card. It's more of a tech card, and so you don't want to run too many redundancies on like tech cards. Because like it's not your combo doesn't revolve around them, and they're just like they're good utility if you got them and you need to use them. But like drawing into another one when you don't really need another one, eh. Am I going to say maybe we don't need Cyclonic Rift? We're just gonna.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Like we're not control and waiting and then doing that to pop off. It's more so we're gonna pop off and what happens happens. So how many do we left? We need like what 1 or 2 more cuts.
I mean, like we technically don't need Dockside. It's just like good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like it doesn't have any combos. It can't be recurred unless we have encroaching microsynth.
I'm actually kind of cool with it going.
Like, don't get me wrong, one of the best ramp cards. Like, maybe we could just cut like a ramp for it. No, it's better to keep the artifacts. Like Dockside is insane. It's so insane to say to cut Dockside, but it is what it is. We're trying to play with that.
It's again another instance where I wish the commander was whenever artifact enters, you get the energy, not when.
Oh my god, that would be insane with Dockside.
Mm-hmm.
3 more cards.
3 more? No, dude, I'm done. Let's get out of here. We do have top combo if we have any reducer. With if we have like either Alesha or
Is the One Ring kind of slow? Like, are we really gonna wait 3 turns and draw 1, draw 2, and draw 3? Like,
probably not. Okay, yeah, we can cut that one.
It's insane though. Like, you get protection. Like, it makes so hard to get into. Also, like it. So stupid.
We keep it, and we cut Teferi's protection because it does what Teferi's protection does. Just not at instant speed.
Not the same. It also doesn't work when it comes off of like Whir for Invention.
That is true.
It is only when you cast it, but you do get to draw cards. It is an insane draw outlet. I feel like we would be stupid to cut it.
Especially if you could sacrifice it and replay it. You know, I saw on Arena they nerfed it by making its draw effect cost 1 mana. And it's still played in like every deck still because it's still broken.
Why would it not? It's insane. This is so difficult. Jesus Christmas.
I don't really want to cut another counterspell.
No, 4 is already cutting it low, and silence is kind of like a counterspell.
Well, kind of, not really. Because the issue is if they cast anything, we need the counterspell. Like we do silence at the beginning of our turn, true.
Mm-hmm.
But if they have interaction on our turn, they could just cast it in response to silence anyway. So like it doesn't really solve.
Well, yeah, you would always have to do silence first. That's the play.
But then I'm thinking if they could do anything during our turn, they could just cast it in response to silence anyway. So what does silence really do unless?
Well, that's why. So what you do is you silence at the beginning of your turn, and then you go, and then you're free to go.
Well, I'm saying though, you play silence at the beginning of your turn, and they use the removal spell that they were going to use anyway.
Right, but if it's not a removal spell, like if it's a counter spell, then you're good to go.
Yeah, that's the only it stops them from doing.
It basically makes you counterproof, or they have to make a decision right away. Or like, let's say we didn't play like our thing that's going to be a problem, you know, like interacting with our stuff is kind of hard as is because we're mainly artifacts as is. Like we don't have like a lot of creatures to pop that are relevant, so like their removal is going to be pretty bad a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's basically scrap trawler. But we can always be in a situation if we have a mana sack outlet, like they can't respond to sacking it. And we can always just bring it back with like another effect.
Anything you want to cut here?
Maybe we could cut one of like the draw effect. Maybe we could cut the Conjurer's Bauble.
Would it be Thoughtcast? Maybe? Do you play Thoughtcast?
I still do, yeah. But it's just I guess I do have a few less because I have less draw options, so I do still run it, but like don't have to run it.
Well, we have Joyra and Whirlwind of Thought and like
yeah, we have much better like consistent draw. So like the one-time draw effect's what cute. Like yeah, I don't really need it. I've actually even been thinking of potentially taking Thoughtcast out for just like more like artifact draw loop shenanigans. Because those have recurring value. Like once I cast Thoughtcast, like I'm not really gonna ever get it back. Yeah, do it, Tom. Do it.
I mean, it just has to be, right? Like, the counterspells are just a little better.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to want to, like, Teferi's protection in response on our turn going off. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's just for not losing off our turn. So if we're not playing Rift, then we're not playing that.
All right, and then what, we need to do one more now?
Yes.
All right, scroll up to the other artifacts. I think... you know, maybe we don't need both Phyrexian Altar and Ashnod's Altar. I think Phyrexian Altar might be good enough on its own.
You think?
Because remember, we just cut down a lot. We just cut down a lot of creatures, and I'd rather use them to make colored because colors are gonna be a little bit trickier in this deck because we do want to. Some stuff wants us to have colors to play it.
All right, we'll see how not having Ashnod's affects it.
Because what we're down to 18 creatures, and one of them is basically a tutor.
Oh, I forgot this as a mana rock.
As was a mana rock?
Urza. It's a mana rock.
Oh, right. All right. I think we finally did it.
Let's try it.
And no. No land. Okay.
Oh my
We take
God.
out 2 lands, and now we'll never draw lands.
I took out 1. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Let me.